Oh, yeah.
If you want.
And you know what? Out of the clam came Capricorn first.
Oh,
not Venus.
yeah.
Capricorn came out of the clam and told the clam, shut back up. Close back up. Told the clam, shut up. Get to work.
Get to work, clam.
Get to work, clam.
Make some money.
Keep pumping Venuses out. And pearls. Keep making those pearls. Well, Capricorn, for you, Capricorns have a very interesting, it's still Aries. I mean, geez. 4th house, 3rd house. Oh, big week with Mars, Saturn, your second. Capricorns deserve the best, and that's the whole thing is 2nd house to 5th house to 11th house squares with the nodes with Mars, Saturn. It's almost like Capricorns have to make big choices about, oh my gosh, is this the best? Is this my bomb? Is this really what is love, or is this more friendship, or is this more just because it's keeping me entertained in a weird way, or is it really like changing my life of love, or are these my old patterns of what I do with people? 11th house, South Node, Scorpio. Your first card got Strength card reversed here. You got the Death card reversed as your challenge. You got the Justice. Wow, look at that. 3 major arcana. And you got the Judgment reversed here. You got 4 major arcana in a row. This is going to be an extreme week here. This could be a couple things. One, I'm definitely feeling a story of, you're trying to find like the true energy of what you want in your life with that Justice card, the true kind of person, the people that are really in that same alignment with you. But there's a Judgment reversed here, and there's a Strength reversed here, and that Death card reversed here. So this is almost the fear of facing some really intense decisions, which is kind of ironic being a Capricorn. Especially with that Death card reversed. What's up with that? 2 of Pentacles, or two of Cups, sorry. Oh, wow. This is the trouble of whether or not something's really there or not, or something's fucking over. It could be something that's been over that's trying to come back, and maybe that's bad, or it could be something that you're in that you're unsure about, and you're unsure if you should put an end to it. There's definitely this Judgment call here. What's going on with that? Oh, wow. 4 of Pentacles. It's almost like maybe this could feel a little trapped, maybe. I feel like, too afraid to kind of state what you need to be done. That Strength card's reversed. Yeah, look at that. 7 of Swords. So I think your best play this week, Capricorn, is to be as honest as you can, because I got a feeling like maybe you have something to say that you're too afraid of, or maybe you're too just afraid of going for love. Maybe there's a lot of Capricorns out there I know that are afraid to go for love. But there's also, I just think it always runs into the same thing, whether you're in a relationship or not, Capricorns. I think that this is where it's like you can't hide your real feelings here, or you could be dealing with somebody who you're afraid to say something to because you're afraid of their reaction to things with that Justice card. Yeah, the Hierophant reversed. It's almost like, don't worry about their beliefs so much. Worry about your own. I almost feel like you're too afraid to say what you need to say. Like, what is it that you need to say here? Oh, the High Priestess. You're feeling something intuitively here. You're having a vision about something, and it's almost like you're playing investigator this week. Something's a little off, or something was said that's not really there. There is a 7 of Swords there. What do we? Oh, a Hangman reverse. Yeah, it's going to free you to get clear of understanding what it is. It could be something that could, of course, clear things up and move on, pass by. Is it really extremely serious? Well, it's an Ace of Swords reversed. Nothing's going to move forward in life without addressing some sort of issue. And I think that the issue is definitely with something that's been said, or a perspective of things that maybe I think you're being judged at, or maybe it's kind of like minor gaslighting, whether or not some people might get that. It's almost like, oh, yeah, no. Like, if you say something about this, like, how dare you? But really, it's something that must be said, and almost like it's kind of like being kind of put in kind of a weird position, or something being used against you this week might be a fucking thing. Like somebody who's like trying to use something against you, like, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm not really doing anything. I'm just trying to address some things. I feel like that you do have things to address, and there is something that feels off. Not maybe fully shady, but there's definitely something there, and there's kind of the fear of where we'll go, so you can't just try and avoid it to not cause disruption, because I almost feel like there's definitely something that's got to be clear. There's no clarity with that Ace of Swords reversed and that Seven of Swords, and the Hangman reversed there is helping you to get out of that. And that Strength card reversed though is timid and afraid. I don't know what's going on here. In Avalon, you did get my favorite lady, the Lady of Shalat, who's laying there in the illusions of love. And I feel like that's where it is. Maybe you're coming into a place where it's like, okay, maybe I thought there was more. I'm not saying that this is over or bad. I'm saying that this is more like addressing where maybe some of the, illusions have been, or some things that are feeling that they're not fully there. I mean, she's fully there. She's got her message. She's got the guiding light, but she's not in Camelot. She's asleep. So it's like, where are you asleep about things? Maybe there's some things that have transpired, or maybe you gave somebody right now too much of the benefit of the doubt of how they are, but something's coming up and something comes up this week that's like, oh shit, I really wasn't paying attention to that. And it probably is going to kind of get you here. And it might be unfair, especially too. I mean, there's definitely going to be a fairness battle here with that Justice card and that Hierophant reversed, and almost kind of like a, throwing some sort of kind of old school belief shit on you, or, or like, I thought we were cool, when it's like, well, these are definitely addressing some boundary situations here, I feel like. But I got to pull a card with this. What's up with that? Oh, Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, the world you thought that you had, you're seeing another part of it that you weren't seeing. So it's almost like you're seeing another underlying part of somebody's world, or what you thought about your love life. Like, whoa. And there's a lot of like a wake-up call here. And I'm not saying it's bad. You're going to have to address that with the person, although we'll find out more here. What's going on here? Yeah, and I think it's definitely, you kind of want stability, but there's something that's causing things to not be as stable anymore, and that's what you want. So that's quite interesting that's coming up here. Something's feeling a little shaky. Oh, well, I said shaky, and we got shift. So the relationship energies are moving in a big shift for you this week, and it might be really uncomfortable. Might not feel like the most stable energy for you either, I'm feeling. But I feel like it's like you kind of to address the stuff within yourself and the stuff that's kind of happening externally that is definitely bringing up a lot of situations for you, especially with kind of illusions that, you have to address, or things that you feel off about, but you're too afraid to say. Your challenge here is the compassion card, the empathy. It's like, I think that maybe the shadow here is that, maybe you're taking too much of a kindness road. I almost feel like the shadow here is maybe you've given out too much empathy. Maybe for some, you haven't given compassion at all, and you've been a cold-hearted bitch, and you haven't done shit, and now you're addressing your own shady shit. I don't know. I'm feeling definitely, though, like you're kind of carrying a bigger load for something than you realize here. Yeah, this is also being stabbed in the back. There's a shadow here. Something feels like it's almost like being stabbed in the back. I'm just getting that. I'm getting like it's but I think what's going to be the underlying is maybe some things weren't fully addressed. You did get the divine support. So there's definitely something's going down here in that area. I'm sorry. It's going down. Definitely going down. And I don't think that you need to be worried, but I think that you need to be more worried if you're not going to try and work it out, or communicate things, or be clear and get the boundaries. I'm getting a boundary thing. I'm getting like a waking up from an illusion. Yep, the World card reversed. Something that, it's like, again, you got a Two of Wands reversed and a World card. It's like another version of the world that you didn't see, but you saw, but you kind of are now really like, oh shit, I'm seeing that. Especially if somebody lies to you. What's up with because that came up and I'm feeling it. And that's the Page of Cups, right? So it's like, okay, so can they really speak deeper than just like the basic emotion? It's like kid emotion stuff. Or maybe this brings you to really get where you can have real deeper emotional connection and communication that's not been happening on a deeper level. It's been almost like surfacey. If you're single out there, Six of Wands in reversed, with a Seven of Wands, this is definitely the card where you're trying to have something, but it doesn't feel like you're victorious yet. So it's like maybe before you call victory, Make sure that you actually are at a place of victory before you put so much energy into something. 10 of Wands reversed too. Definitely lightening the load right now. Definitely not having to take on maybe somebody else's load or somebody who might try and throw their load on you. Or maybe you're putting too much load on somebody and they're going to call you out and that doesn't make you feel good and you're going to have to hold your position. If you're in a relationship, well, 10 of Cups reversed with the Ace of Pentacles. So the long-term happiness has kind of gone to a weird place, but there's a new doorway here. And is that possible? And we did get a Page of Swords. I mean, it's definitely, you're going to have to get much more clear on what the new world looks like and how to open this new door. Like the old way isn't as exciting anymore and the old way isn't as beautiful anymore. And that has to be addressed on this new direction and the communication on what that new direction is. Sex-wise, we got a 7 of Cups in reversed here. Maybe you're focused so much on the prize of somebody, or maybe it's kind of gotten boring. Page of Pentacles reversed, yeah. Or maybe somebody stopped offering, or maybe somebody kind of pulled back. Maybe somebody pulls back this week, and you don't know how to deal with it. Or you pull back this week because maybe I don't know. Maybe you're remembering there's other things to see, or you're not seeing enough out there. I don't know. I don't think it's the end of all things, but I also think it's a big kind of like yellow flag. I don't think it's a red flag, but the yellow flags are definitely popping up for you this week, and especially where things don't feel like fully understood. Inner healing, autumn, temptations, destined. I definitely feel like this temptation goes with what's there. It's almost like you're seeing some sort of temptation. It's a destined moment that needs to happen for inner healing. The autumn, I really am feeling like that's always the fall of something. So, and it's going to fuck with your self-worth here. And that's going to be the big question here, is how much you've invested or how much you're invested in. And if you're really, is it worth the investment? And have you gotten things clear to understand where things really are at? Because it could kind of fuck with you in a weird way here. And we did get that divine support from Ganesh, so it's under here somewhere, yeah. Cappy. We did get Jupiter here, and we did get Aquarius, and we did get the 12th house. Oh, yeah, this is definitely bringing up some crazy shit out of nowhere that you was hidden and that you have to finally fucking deal with. But it's a great lesson, and it's going to help you see whether or not this is being chucked out or moving forward. So let's see what villain that you are being right now. What is the villain that you are? Let's see what you got going on here, Cap. What are you doing that it's so crazy and not really working out for you in the best way? This is what you're doing to yourself. It's what you're doing to others. It's just kind of the overall energy of what is causing the fuck up of situations this week. 8 of Cups. Oh, being afraid of being abandoned. Back to you.
All right, Capricorn. Well, it's definitely a big time astrologically for you. I think you have your ruling planet square the nodes coming into the end of this week and beginning of next week. So this is like definitely destined times. This is kind of the biggest choice. I think it was interesting. I think your reading started out with like big decisions, and it is that. And you're kind of here to make those decisions, but I don't think they're as complicated as you want to make them. I feel like that South Node in your 11th would want some kind of complicated equation for this, but really it's just about your 5th house. It's just about the decisions based on love, based on your self-empowerment of yourself, your true self-expression, and what really makes you excited. And I think the communication's everything right now because of that 3rd house, and it's at the most magical time that 3rd house will ever be for you, and especially with Venus coming in there. This is about really within your interpersonal relationships, or even just to yourself, really putting the truth out there from your heart space, from this unbound place that you want to see come to fruition. And I think that's where the best value's at with all the 2nd house. But of course there is the 4th house energy too. It's just like, it's so inward for you. If you want the outward to be expressed and to be created, it's like stop giving your energy and stop making decisions based on things that are not of a high value and a high character. And if you're ready to step up to the plate for the best things, they're right there for you. So it's those decisions about the best things in life that are going to get you so much, and they're going to be like the cherry on top of the last few years that you've had to go through. So I think it's a good time for you, but it's all about the decisions on the value and the self-worth that you now have. And are you ready to step up to that? And really, you know, with Mars and Saturn there, like really, really run with it, really take that value to the next level.
Yeah, and I think the big one, you're right, but the ruling planet of Capricorn being in square to the nodes is Mars. It's in the second house. It's self-worth and not worried so much about other people or what they're doing, or even like this is about you and your own happiness. Like what makes you happy, and addressing it and communicating it and dealing with what your emotions are and holding that ground. And instead of giving your self-worth away or worrying so much about what other people will do, this is where you have to learn to be a Leo. It's fifth house, North Node, Taurus. So guess what? You have to be a pompous ass, like I deserve the motherfucking best, and you have to fucking lay down the law, you know, like in that second house too, Taurus. So there's like this knowing how to know what's the best, like, you know, and if you're in something that doesn't feel the best, or you're kind of in a place too where you're giving away too much, because that's also Scorpio 11th house. Capricorns, believe it or not, you might think they're stingy and everything, but they're always there to help their friends or give away too much, especially of their own value or worse. So I think this is a big self-worth test for you in the biggest front, about knowing how to really channel what you truly want and not being afraid of reactions of other people, of you laying down the law of like what makes you happy and what you need, and looking in yourself and being like, is this the best? Is this the most beautiful thing in my life? Or is there something that feels off? Or is there something that feels like it's not really my best? And the third house is more than communications. It's the environment that you're in. Is this the most magical environment of your life? Or is it the illusion that really behind, you know, what you think is something is really not? It's like, it reminds me of the evil queen, and now she turns into the creepy troll with the apple. And it's like, did you fall in love with the fucking chick with the apple?